Hey everyone, to celebrate Halloween week I thought I'd do a game on the Frankenstein Dracula variation. This is quite an amazing game. It was played in 1993 in the European Junior Championship by a player called Liiva and Skrebnevskis. Liiva was white and Skrebnevskis was black. And it's just a nice little game with some very attacking chess. And if you've ever seen this Frankenstein Dracula variation before, you'd know it's quite a crazy game, so I could do some more videos onto it. The game starts with e4 and black plays e5, standard stuff, knight c3, knight f6 and bishop c4, the Vienna game. And here straight away it gets a bit crazy. Black takes on e4, and if white captures this knight, black can play d5 and the bishop can take on d5 or play bishop d3, and we get quite an even game here. Black could continue with f5, maybe bishop to f3, something like this. However, after knight takes e4, white's best move is actually playing queen h5, threatening mate on f7 with the bishop and queen. And for this reason, black now retreats his knight to d6 to protect f7, and also attack the bishop on c4. So for this reason, white retreats to b3 with the bishop. Now there's other variations here, but we're going to focus on bishop e7, like in the game. So black played bishop e7, and now knight f3 was played, attacking the pawn. Also, we want to jump into g5 at some point if black castles, which he does in this game. So we could capture, if we were white, we could capture on e5, and the game could continue with knight c6, something like castles, takes, b6. Maybe something like this, bishop f6 and now queen g3. This game is quite even. However, white played h4 here, going straight for the attack, threatening knight g5. It's just brilliant. Now, black here has several moves. They could play g6 for instance, and a game like this actually went queen takes e5 here, with bishop f6, queen f4, rook e8 check, king move to f1, bishop g7. Now it looks pretty safe for black here, but white played d4, getting another piece out, knight c6, and continuing this attack, h takes g6, h takes, and now white played queen h2, threatening to check. Black played bishop a6, king g1, knight f5, and now white played bishop to g5, attacking the queen. Queen c8, and now this is a brilliant move, bishop f6. And the game was over pretty much. This game was between Rytov and Malavinsky in 1969. And for instance here, if bishop takes f6, queen h7 can be played, king f8, and queen takes f7. Remember, the bishop on b3 is supporting the queen. If bishop to h6, the queen can take it. And if knight recaptures, rook takes, and there's no stopping rook h8 checkmate. So that was just one example of what happens if we play an alternative move and the potential of the attack for white. But in our main game, black played knight c6, and now white comes in with knight to g5, threatening to take on h7. h6 was played, stopping this. And now I'll really love this move. I always play it in loads of games after seeing this game. Queen g6. The idea is that the queen can just simply sidestep that pawn and threaten checkmate again. The bishop on b3 is an absolute monster, stopping this f7 pawn from taking the queen. The only alternative here is for the bishop to capture the knight on g5. If h takes, and now again this rook comes out and we're threatening to checkmate the king. So bishop takes g5 is the only move, and h takes g5. The queen recaptures, and now queen captures, h takes. And now it looks like black has just come out with an extra 2 pawns. But black is still rather passive. After a move like d3, the bishop on c1 can take the pawn on g5, and the f7 pawn is still pinned. And this monster of a rook can easily be doubled, and we have an amazing attack against the black king. So in actual fact, black is losing this position. In another game between Gerfeld and Tav, white continued with d3 here, attacking g5. Knight f5 was played, bishop takes g5, and now knight cd4, trying to get rid of this bishop on b3. So white responds with knight to d5. Black whips off that bishop, but now he comes up with a genius move. I'll show you that again. Knight f6 check. Look at this move. Brilliant. So if g takes, bishop takes, and now we're threatening checkmate on h8. The only move here is knight g7, and now white recaptures on b3, and black is in fact losing this game. He's a piece up, but look, his 2 pieces aren't even out, and this knight is now pinned here. Rook e8 was played, and now g4, trying to support this bishop on f6. Rook e6, attacking the bishop, but g5 comes just in time to protect it. Black played b6, trying to develop the bishop, and now king e2, trying to double these rooks. e4, trying to open up position for black to gain a check, but white's having none of it. He plays d4, e3, f3. We're not going to take that pawn. d5, I'm not sure why this move was played, but now after rook h4, white is now threatening to double the rooks on the h rank. Bishop a6, check. White could capture that bishop, but no, plays c4. The game's over. D takes c4, rook a, h1, and there's absolutely no stopping checkmate on h1. That was just an example of what can happen in this position. So this attack from white is no joke. In the actual game, knight d5 was played by white. Knight f5 was played, and d3. Similar to the game we just saw. Knight fd4, threatening to whip off this bishop, and now bishop takes g5. This time black played knight e6, but now comes the same tactic. Knight f6, check. The king can't move anywhere else. King can't move onto this rank because the rook is there. So he's forced to capture. The bishop captures, and now we're threatening mate on h8 again. Knight g7 is forced to block, and the same idea again, king d2. Rook e8 was played, trying to give the black king some space and get this rook out. Possibly trying to play rook e6. Rook h6 was played to support the bishop. Knight to e7. Possibly trying to play knight to g6 to stop any h8 ideas, but it's too little too late already. White just comes in with rook h8 check. He could have played it a move earlier, to be fair, as well. King takes, and now bishop captures on f7. There's no stopping rook h1, checkmate. The king can't go anywhere. These two bishops, absolute beasts. And in this position, black actually resigned. The only move here to delay white is d5. Rook h1 check, and bishop h3 to block it, but rook takes h3. And the knight can't even block it because it's pinned by the bishop. And yeah, that was just a brilliant game, very attacking, and I would recommend this opening to anyone. So again, the opening is e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop c4, and again, if they take it, play queen h5, and you will get some really interesting games. I'll try and make some more videos on this opening very soon. Thanks for watching.